Right now, joining us to talk about NCAA Final Four 2 local guys from Sigma is Richie Laryea of Akron, and from Syracuse, Chris Nanco. Guys, welcome to Red Card.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having us.
Pleasure's all mine. Let's start with you, Chris. Let's talk about this. Has got to be a special time in Syracuse Soccer University because history is being made. We know about Akron and the great soccer tradition they have, but Syracuse really known for basketball, for football, not really so much for soccer. They're making all sorts of noise. This has got to be great for your team. It's got to be great for the school. Chris, talk about it.
Yeah, over the years, the school has definitely grown as a program for soccer. I think last year being ranked #1 helped us bring in a lot of good recruits and have a strong team this year, even though we brought in a lot of guys, a lot of new faces. But yeah, the team's been building chemistry-wise, and the team's been looking really good this year.
Chris, you talked about chemistry since these knockout games have begun. What has really worked in the favor of your squad to reach this Final Four? Has it been a real offensive juggernaut that you guys have been throwing at teams? It has been a conservative style that has worked your way. What has worked in your, your side's success in this knockout stage for you guys to get where you're at?
I think we've just been doing what we've been doing throughout the season. I think we've been sticking to the game plan. We like to press teams and really get after teams. We haven't had people breaking out with goals that much, but the goals have been coming from all around, whether it's set pieces or during the play, like our forwards and stuff like that. But yeah, we just like to stick to the game plan and get after teams.
Richie, let's talk to you now. I mean, you know what the pressure is playing at Akron. So many great players coming out of that program. Coaches, we don't need to get into all of them, but a lot of them have got on to success. So there's a ton of pressure, and the pressure must have been felt by you right away when you arrived there and you started to understand that, hey, this school means all business when it comes to the soccer program. We produce players. We send coaches on to bigger and better things. We need to come to work each and every training session and game. Talk about that atmosphere. Talk about playing at Akron.
Yeah, it's great first and foremost because playing with these guys, the team is very, very good. The level's high here in training, in the games. It's good playing style, so it's a perfect fit for me. So it's basically close to what Sigma do. We play. It's all about the philosophy, so it's good here. The coaching staff's top-notch. Everyone knows what they're doing. It's a very professional setup, so it's very nice being here, and the pressure from all those pearls, I think, just makes the team better because everyone aspires to do things like that. So having that as a stepping stone is very good.
Richie, what's worked for your squad? You guys are now in the Final Four, a collision course possibly with your buddy there, Chris, in Syracuse, maybe in the final. But what's worked so well for you guys? We know the rich program, the rich success your school has had. But what has worked this year specifically to help you guys get where you're at?
I think everyone's come together. It's a close-knit team now, and it's always been. So it's some sort of a family here. So everyone's close. Everyone's willing to work hard and fight for each other. And again, the guys this year have been top-notch. The guys that I'm playing alongside all have the same mindset as me. They want to win a national championship. So everything's good here, and the possibilities of playing Chris is very nice. It'd be nice to play against him. Since me and him have been teammates for probably a little over 10 years now, so it'd be nice to face off with them in the final.
Richie, talk about the experience playing in League One Ontario, where you played with some guys that are your age, but you also played against some veterans, men, and you played some quality clubs and academies week in and week out in Week Ontario. How did that prepare you for the experience in NCAA Division I this year with Akron?
I think it helped. It was a tremendous help, to be honest, this summer. The League One was nice when I came back. I got into play a cup game right away as soon as I landed against A&B. The level was very good this year. I thought everyone organized with League One, set it up properly. So every game was a good game, whether the guys may be a couple years younger than me or the guys my age, the guys older than me. Like, it helps a lot, and especially big thanks to the guys at Sigma, obviously, Coach Bobby Costa, and the rest of the coaching staff for making it a good summer for me.
Chris, let's talk about the NCAA Division I specifically, and let's talk about how it's grown in leaps and bounds in the last 10 years, I would say. It's no longer a rough and tough physical league. It's no longer a league with just guys that have a blazing speed. It's a league that has world-class coaches, young men that are coming from all over the world, not just the US of A and Canada, but all over the world. In your mind, experiencing it, tasting it, playing in NCAA Division I, how great is it to go up against some wonderful schools week in and week out and different players from all over the world for yourself personally?
It's definitely good to get that experience. The bringing in different players from different places of the world and getting experience against that is good because you learn all the different styles of play. And guys like Rich from like academies like Sigma back home, they develop players in different styles, and it's not just like you said. It's not just the physical aspect of the game. It's more to do with the ball movement and different skill moves and stuff like that. So it's good to play against those kinds of guys because you learn so much more.
How important is it, Chris, to have some local guys on your squad? Kamal Miller from Vaughan, Missouri is on your squad. We were going to have him on tonight, but we understand he had some phone trouble. We'll get him on hopefully at the end of the week or next week and talk to him. But how important is it to have some local guys who understand one another, who come from the same area of Ontario and make it feel more comfortable, at ease, especially for a young guy like Kamal and for a veteran like you to all be on the same page?
It's definitely good. It just makes you feel more at home. We're like a family here, but when you have a guy that has grown up in the same area as you, has developed in the same ways as you, it definitely builds the chemistry for the team, and it feels like we're much more closer together. I knew of Kamal before he came here. Didn't really get the chance to play against him that much, but our styles like really meshed together once he came here because of the development that we've gone through in the past. And it helps him with me being a veteran on the team. And then also, I was the same way coming in freshman year with guys like Skylar Thomas and Jordan Morale being on the team as veterans. So it really helps out.
Richie, a lot of eyes are on you in this Final Four. A lot of eyes are on Chris. A lot of eyes are on all four schools. A lot of eyes are getting ready to watch the MLS draft coming up in a few weeks' time. A lot of people are wondering, is Richie Laryea going to go into the draft? A lot of people are wondering, how soon is it before we see him making a dent and making noise like a former Sigma product, Kyle Lauren? Richie, do you want to take that next step once this season is over, or do you want to sit back, digest, talk with your family, your coaches, some guys from Sigma, and then take the next step?
It's always a good topic to talk about, but for me personally, I've been so focused on this season that we're having right now. It's been really good, so that hasn't crossed my mind too many times. So I guess when the time is right, I'll start thinking about that. But right now, I'm really focused on bringing a championship back to Akron. But of course, going to the next level would be something that I've dreamed of. But as of right now, I'm fully focused on this semifinal we're going to play against Stanford, and then hopefully a final against Syracuse.
Well, let's talk about Stanford quickly, Richie, and then we'll pass it on to Chris to close it out. What did the coach tell you guys in watching, I'm sure, some of the game tape already, in discussing what they bring to the table that you guys got to be aware of?
Of course, everyone knows the main name, Jordan Morris, the guy that plays on the USA full national team. So he'll be a guy that we have to watch closely. But we haven't done film just yet. We're kind of just settling in and getting ready to leave now. But in the coming days, I'm sure we'll do a lot of tape on them, so we know exactly what to expect from guys like Jordan Morris and the rest of the players on the team.
Chris, let's talk about Clemson. I mean, they're no stranger to success in the last number of years in the soccer program. They've really turned it up a notch and really started to produce some good players themselves. What has your coaching staff has said to you guys about Clemson?
I mean, we're in the same situation as Rich, getting ready to leave. We haven't done any tape on them again, but we've been privileged to play against them 2 times already this season. The first time going in their favor, the second time in ours. So we know what they have in store, and we know what they're going to bring to the table. So it should be a good match because both teams know each other well.
Richie, we'll close it out with you and then you, Chris. Let's talk about this special time in your life, Richie and Chris. Final Four, a lot of local boys would love to be in the position you are. You guys have both worked hard on and off the field to get where you're at. But obviously there had to be people in your life to help get where you're at. People that believed in you, people that brought you to trainings, to games, that always made sure that you were 110% focused. Who are those people in your life right now, Richie, that you're thinking about and you want to thank?
For sure, first and foremost, my family. They've been there to support me through anything I need. My mom, my dad. Pretty sure they're sick of me now for how many times they've had to drive me all over the place from practice, school, and all that. So them first and foremost. And then the guys at Sigma have been immense for me. Bobby, Costa, Dave, Phil, John, all of them have been very, very good to me since I was 10 years old up until now. So they've helped me develop a lot as a player. And some of the old coaches I've had in the past, like Robert Correa. And then for sure right now, the team that I have here at Akron are helping me a lot. And the coaching staff here is, again, I told you, very professional. So they're helping me as well. So those are the people I like to thank.
Outstanding. Chris?
Just the same, my family, my mom, my two brothers, my sister, the Sigma family, Coach Bobby, Costa, Dave, John, Phil, all of those guys. The rest of the Sigma family, like the players, developing me, all the guys that are playing in universities now, and the younger guys still at the academy. All of those guys have helped me, and also this SU coaches here. They make the environment very professional, and they take care of us well. So I'd like to thank all of those guys.
Richie, Chris, outstanding. A lot of local people in these parts pulling for you. Good luck, and let's hope it's a collision course with Syracuse and Akron in the final. It would be amazing. Again, good luck to both of you. Enjoy the moment, and never forget where you came from, Ontario, Canada, and hopefully one of you can represent a championship win come the end of the weekend. Chris Nanco, Richie Laryea, thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having us.
Both outstanding young men, Richie Laryea, Chris Nanco. Richie Laryea with Akron, Chris Nanco with Syracuse. Guys, outstanding. Good luck to you, and it should be an outstanding Final Four. Let's hope, as I said, a collision course with Syracuse and Akron.